All right, a couple things I want to remind you all about. We've got 2 more musical acts and 1 more speaker. Don't forget to take advantage of all the incredible vendors that are along the vendor alley there. Weavers, we have natural soaps and health products. We have a retreat center. We have some little baby plants for your garden and also a whole succulent garden offering. We have mushroom kits. My husband and I have grown those before at home. Really fun for kids, but fun for everybody. Blue oyster, pink oyster, shiitake, lion's mane, mushroom kits that are really fun to experiment with in the kitchen. All kinds of incredible things along that corridor, so check them out. If you haven't heard this yet, please can I have your attention? We got some exciting news that any additional proceeds from this event will go directly to refugees in Ukraine. So if you would like to donate more than your $10 entry fee, you can go right back to the entry booth and donate anything that you'd like. It'll be directly donated to refugees in Ukraine. And I think that's about it. We have our next musical group up, Frank and Rob. One of these guys is my dad. You can guess which one. He's the goofball over there. And I just want to say that Rob has been instrumental, get it, in putting together this festival, from gathering vendors to gathering speakers to getting up at dawn this morning and organizing sound. So this, I've said a couple times, it's so amazing when people, human beings, dedicate their time and energy to bringing community together in efforts like this, in this day, and learning about how to be better stewards of our planet, and in just celebrating this beautiful place we call home. So thank you, Rob, thank you, Dad, for all of the work that you've done to bring us all together today.
Go at it from a different angle a little bit.
And Frank and Rob are going to be entertaining us with Latin, jazz, and soul, if the wind can calm down a little bit. All right, you ready?
And that's the thing, is you got to know exactly, like, you know, we had our...
Okay, I'm Frank, Rob. We're going to start off with a song by Pretty Hubbard called Little Sunflower. Back when, it's been a while, I guess the 40s, 50s. Freddie Hubbard is a trumpet player, jazz trumpet player. So I was playing this song, and Rob heard it, and he liked it, so he thought he wanted to do it. And being a bluegrass player that he is, he took to it, so it kind of surprised me, because I thought I'd be playing a lot of Merle Haggard songs, and it turns around he wants to go the jazz route. That was fun. So we kind of do a mix of songs, and it's a lot of fun. So we're going to start off with this Freddie Hubbard song, and then we're going to do another one at this, I'll tell you about it then. It's couple of Michael Franks, Grover Washington, Etta James, Herbie Hancock, stuff like that. So stick around. We're going to change the pace a little bit for some jazz and Latin jazz. Okay, we're going to try another one here. This is Over the Rainbow by Ishmael, the Hawaiian folk. I don't know that. Over the Rainbow.
Okay, little JT, James Taylor. I needed the shelter of someone's arms. There you are. I need someone to tear my ups and downs. There you are. Gently touching my emotions. I wanna stop thinking, baby. I just wanna stop thinking, baby. I'll see you I'll see you I close my eyes at night, and where you be and how I feel in my life. Everything I had was just a phone. Everywhere I look, I can't let it go. You might never be all of my days, but a love so sweet, so we don't stop touching me. I just wanna stop thinking, baby. It's a beautiful life. next one's by Bill Withers and Grover Washington Jr. It's called Just the Two of Us. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us. Turning castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. We're good for love, no time for tears. Wasted water all it is, and it don't make no flowers grow. To those who wait, after those who wait too late, we got to go for all we know. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, bringing castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. We can make you very much.
I'm going to feature Rob on this song by Etta James called At Last.
Scotty, can you turn all the lights off except for these two? Mute them all. It's got a lot of wind. Can you tell? Just these two. Just the two of us. Frank Lucio on the saxophone. Tenor sax that time. You never know what kind of sax I play. This one, next one's called Cantaloupe Island.
Herbie Hancock. Cantaloupe Island.
Has anybody ever watched the movie It's an old Japanese movie called Shall We Dance?
I have.
Well, there's a Richard Gere and J-Lo remake, Shall We Dance? And this song's from that movie. It's called Sway Me. When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make it free. Like a lazy ocean hustle show, like a flower building in the dew. When with me, sway. When we dance, you have a way of stay with me, sway. The dance is heavy on the floor, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I grow weak. I can hear the sounds of violence long before it's begins. So you need to know how sway me through, sway. I can take the sounds of but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violence long before it begins. Only you know how sway me through, sway. You know how sway me through, you know how sway me through, sway.
Thank you, Rob, there, doing a Richard Gere impression. All right, coming up right after us is Judy Taylor, country solo act. You got to stay and watch this lady, old Western, performs right out here with ropes, six shooters, and you just have to see the show. So it's our right after us. This is our last song by.
We got one speaker after us, and then you.
Song by Cal Jader, and it's called Wachiwara, and this is a translated Swahili soul sauce. Wachiwara. Wachiwara.
Diane Stoltz from the Water District's up next. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank and Rob. All right, now it's time for the final. I feel so robotic. It's time for our final speaker of the day. Do you know where your water comes from? My husband and I were excited. We were talking about this on the way here and really excited to find out more about this. Diane Stoltz is here from the Ramona Municipal Water District to fill us in on where our water comes from. So she'll be over behind you. She's been over at this table all day selling some small tools that you can use to better monitor your water on your own property, and now she's going to teach us a little bit. So you can turn around and look at the stage behind you under the white awning. Take it away, Diane.
Oh gosh. Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. I'm Diane Stoltz. I'm the Cross Connection Program Specialist for the Ramona Municipal Water District. I am also the conservation advocate, and I also do recycled water. So I have many hats. So as a conservation advocate, it's my job to educate and manage programs that help you change your water use habits for good. My goal is to help you make changes that are easy and will last a lifetime. So a little bit about our water is the earth is made up as 97% ocean water. And then 3% of that is fresh water. And out of that fresh water, it's unattainable because it's usually frozen or it's underground. And so we have to learn how to use our water that we do have from our local sources, which are from the rain that we get through the hydrological cycle, or we get runoff down into our reservoirs, lakes, and streams. And then we also have to capture that into and make sure that we can use that for potable water. So with that, water is also the world's universal solvent. It is the only substance that comes in different sources. So it can be a liquid, as you know, you drink it. It can also come in a solid as ice cubes and a vapor. So like steam. So when you heat up your water, we have steam. So that it's the only substance out there that can do that. And your body is made up about 60% water. And it is used to regulate your temperature, hydrate your skin, lubricate your joints, control your blood pressure. It flushes your body waste, and it delivers oxygen. A person can only live about 3 to 5 days without water. So water is extremely important. So, and it's essential to life. All right. So Ramona is approximately 45,800 acres, which is 75 square miles, and has approximate population of 40,000 people, and it's growing. So the Ramona Water District provides services to approximately 7,000 urban parcels and 3,000 rural parcels. So it's quite a bit. We provide water, sewer, recycled water, fire protection, emergency medical services, and your park services. So where does our drinking water come from? Since we no longer have a water treatment plant, Ramona Municipal Water District buys its water from the San Diego County Water Authority, who buys their water from the Metropolitan Water District. This is up in LA. And then the county water authority was created in 1944 to administer the Colorado rights and import our water. They sell water to 24 water agencies throughout this region. They have 310 miles of pipeline and provide 75% of the water used across our region. The San Diego has few natural water assets to support our economy and our quality of life. We receive very little rainfall. We only get about 10 inches per year. So it's not very much, and especially in these dry years, we really have to see how to get more water. Ramona's water travels through hundreds of miles of aqueducts, and it comes from Northern California and the Colorado River. It mixes. And we're at the end of these very long pipelines. So it comes all the way down here, and then that's it. Ramona's water is currently 11% of the water comes from the State Water Project, which is up north. And then it starts more than 700 miles north of Lake Oroville, which is close to the border. Is that Oregon? Yes, Oregon. The Oregon border. And then we get snow melt from the Sierra Nevada, and it's stored and released when needed through the Bay Delta, and then pumped through 444-mile-long California aqueduct down to Southern California. We now import 11% of water through the State Water Project, compared to 95% back in 1990. So that's quite the difference. Page 2. Maybe. Thank you. So the Colorado River Aqueduct was built by the Metropolitan Water District in the 1930s. It's to deliver the imported water to the Southern California region. The aqueduct stretches 240 miles, beginning at Lake Havasu on the Arizona-California border and ending in Riverside County. The Water Authority gets 69% of its water from the Colorado River. The remaining 20% of our water sources are local sources. It is expanding the use of recycled water, groundwater, desalinated water, potable reuse, and storage program is critical to lessening our dependence on imported water. Ultimately, we hope to increase our local supply to 40%. So, as I said before, Ramona buys its water from the San Diego Water Authority, which buys it from the Metropolitan Water Authority, then pumps it 1,000 feet up a mountain, and then using a very big, powerful engine. During our fires, that generator and that pump station had actually burned. And so we had to store the waters. We raised the waters in our tanks as much as we could, and then we had to make sure that we stopped any water uses so that we could fight fire. So it's very important in that engine that it's a very big engine that pumps it up that 1,000 feet. So to give you an idea of how high 1,000 feet is, the Eiffel, that is like taller than the Eiffel Tower. So it's a long ways that it has to come up that mountain. Okay. In California, we can count on two things. It will get hot this summer, and there's another drought in our future. So we're currently in one of our worst droughts. But statewide, the region is recognized as the leader in water conservation. Right now, Northern California is not familiar with drought. They normally have a lot of water up north. And so now that they're in a drought, they're not used to this. And actually, San Diego is doing a lot better than they are. So we've learned to conserve our water, and through that conservation, we've been able to store as much water as we can to weather through this drought. Okay. So where is most of the water used in your home? 8% are leaks. 53% is used outdoors. So your irrigation and watering outside, that's where a lot of your water is going to. 10% is used for bathing and showering. Another 10% for washing your clothes and doing laundry. Another 10% is used in flushing your toilets. 9% is used in running the faucet. So our water use in our homes, most of it is outdoor. When you wash your hands, take a shower, wash your clothes, and flush your toilet, where does that water go? So wastewater is 99.9% water. The other 1% is solids. So that wastewater goes off to our treatment plant. And then we treat it to a tertiary level. So it goes through a very big process and it's treated so that we can reuse it. And we send it out to customers like the golf courses so that they can water their greens. And then another is for an avocado grove. They use it to grow avocados. So we have 3 at the moment commercial uses for recycled water. Some homes have septic tanks to capture, and then that water can help them irrigate their lawns, but most of it goes to the sewer system. Sorry, page 3. All right. Recycled water or reclaimed water are the same thing. It is municipal wastewater, and it can be used for many beneficial uses, like outdoor irrigation, like I just said, to parks. We can also use it on golf courses, so those are a lot of the uses. Groundwater recharge. We actually will pump it back into the aquifer. You can supports wetlands, rivers, and lakes. So to help grow the how do you say it? In our wetlands, it helps rebuild the wetlands. So to help conserve more Earth's plants and everything. Okay. In industrial uses, it can be used in paper plants. It can be used for cooling towers and boilers of power plants.
Scotty, can you turn her guitar off so I can hear?
It can be used on construction sites, like for mixing concrete, for dust control. It can also be used for flushing toilets. It can also be used in breweries. It's currently being used there. It's also used for firefighting purposes, and it's also used in street sweepers. So recycled water can be used for many purposes. Anywhere that basically doesn't come in contact with your drinking water. So we have a lot of new technology out there that is helping us gather water. One is fog harvesting. You probably never thought about that, but our marine layers and our fog, they put up great big nets, and in the morning, the dew that collects on these nets, it drips down into troughs, and in a lot of third world countries, this is how they get their water. And so they collect it in basins, and then they use that as their drinking water. You can also use solar water generation. There's water bottles out there that'll actually take the moisture out of the air and create drinking water for you. There's cloud seeding. When we don't have a lot of rain, they will try to seed the clouds using chemicals to try to get the rain to come. We do desalination of our seawater, and we're currently using that. In Carlsbad, we have the Carl B. Lewis desalination plant, and that is producing a lot of our water and being mixed with City of San Diego and all of the other regions out here, Carlsbad, Escondido, even it's mixed into the San Diego County water. So we are using our desalination water as well. Iceberg harvesting is another new technology that they're looking at and trying to get water, because like I said, a lot of the fresh water is frozen. And rainwater collection. Rainwater is great to collect and try to use for your outdoor uses. California isn't, like I said, isn't currently in a drought, but San Diego County is doing better than the rest of California. And that is due to mainly conservation. When we went into drought 2011, we had to conserve 20%, and it was the 20 by 2020. Well, we did a lot better than that in a lot less years. So we've learned to conserve our water and collect it and use it in a more beneficial way. Recycled water is another one. During that drought as well, we made a lot of the water districts was mandated to use recycled water. And so our plants were upgraded so that we could create beneficial recycled water, and we had to make a whole new distribution system for it. But that is helping us a lot. And Northern California is now starting to change and do the same thing. Desalination, as I told you, plus purification project. Now, the purification project is a controversial project, but Oceanside is already currently, they just went online with their purification project. So when wastewater is treated to the recycled level, it is then put through an advanced treatment process using reverse osmosis, UV, hydrogen peroxide, and chlorination. They treat it to a level where the water is so pure that if you were to drink it, has no minerals in it, it would dehydrate you and possibly kill you. So they have to take that water once it's purified and blend it with a reservoir. So they send it off to the reservoir, it gets blended in the reservoir, and then it goes back into the treatment process. And then it's treated again. It goes through a whole treatment process, and then it goes out for drinking water. So this is a new project coming online. City of San Diego is working on getting theirs up and running, hopefully by 2040. So that's another technology that's coming on board that's going to save our drinking water. All right. I think that was it. I think I'm up in 10 minutes too. But so the Ramona Municipal Water District, I thank you for inviting me out here. Excuse me. And for having us. Ramona Sustainable, I appreciate for inviting us. And if you have any questions or you have anything that you would like to call, please feel free to call me. I have a card at the table. I also have moisture meters that'll help you conserve. It'll tell you if you're overwatering your plants or underwatering them. We have water bottles and a lot of information on how to tips that you can take for saving water. So if you have any questions, please feel free to step by and say hi to me. Thank you.